We got million stories. There is no job, no money for hustlers.
You don't know stories? You've been rapping stories from rapper pages. Keep rapping stories about people who not too concerned. We got a lot of people in the ghetto, people on the block.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Morocco.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
My musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority, but it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door, whether you rich or you poor. If you see you must take it, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Randy, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price Store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price Store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price Store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price Store on on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start to talk. Come on, so go deep and deeper. Put it to each chicken. We are living since in home.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey, yo, excuse me.
And I'm telling you, that's the major headlines.
Make your headlines in your press release today.
Major headlines.
We don't do this every day, but I'm really still getting confused now.
A pleasant good morning and welcome to the midweek.
Some money, pay some pressing.
Welcome to the midweek edition of the program from the Pre-News.
Tell me, we got it.
Wendell Nimna and Esther Daku presentation. We are back this morning to take you up to 12:30.
We got major headlines.
Bringing to you the major headlines, trending headlines in the nation's capital.
Take up coverage. The rainy season coming.
So welcome once again to this edition of the Pre-News. I'm here this morning. Wendell Nimna is my name, and I'm here with Esther Daku. Esther, good morning.
Good morning, Wendell. Good morning to all of you out there. It's good to be here on the midweek edition of the program from the Pre-News. I'm glad that I'm here this morning, Wendell.
Oh yes, it's good to be here this morning. Telling you, too many things happening in our country. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you say, "What am I going to do this morning? What are those trending issues in our country? What are those burning issues our people want to talk about? What could be government own role into solving those problems?" But it's good to be here this morning. I want to use this time to extend our deepest condolences to the Harris family for the loss of their son, their husband, their brother, father, Bobiston Harris. Those of you who've been following the radio business in this country, the name Bobiston Harris is a household name. So we lost Babison yesterday after so many years of battling sickness. We lost him yesterday, I'm telling you. Well, folks, so Esther and I this morning, we have the Front Page Africa and the Daily Observer. Those are the papers we're going to be running you through this morning on this edition of the program. So, again, to the Harris family, we say our deepest condolences to you for the loss of your son, Babison Harris. He was referred to as the congenial, Pops. Too many names to call him. But let's see now what we have here. Top stories from the Front Page African newspaper. It says, back to the courtroom. Why Judge Fikal overturned twice acquittal and order arrests of all 15 jurors. And let's move on with more stories. Substantially less. Court jails former executive mansion protocol chief Finna Bondo after rejecting second bill. Bond sets US 8 million threshold. And lastly, for counter news, we are dying. Maryland village cries for safe drinking water as 400 residents depend on polluted creek. The last time it was River G. Today it's Maryland County. All right, so that's it. Those are the top stories. Let's get to more here. It says structurally Auditor General finds hundreds of millions unaccounted for over 6 years, Liberia's tax system failed. The Auditor General has handed down the most severe opinion available under international auditing standards on Liberia's tax revenue system, covering July of 2018 to December of 2024. A legislative committee is now demanding the government explain line by line where the money went. Let's take a few lines from this story. Very interesting. Let's take a few lines from there. And let's see. Okay, I'm there. It says Liberia is a small West African nation of roughly 5.4 million people that has spent the past decade courting international donors with promises of cleaner public finances. This month, the country's own Auditor General delivered a verdict that undercuts those promises at the root. The system meant to collect and safeguard government tax revenue did not work for 6.5 years at almost every level. The audit review in a July 11 executive summary by the Legislature Public Accounts Committee examining every dollar that should have moved from Liberian taxpayers into the national treasury between July 2018 and December 2024. Its conclusion, in auditing terms, is as bad as it gets. An adverse conclusion. The harshest opinion an auditor can issue, reserved for cases where the evidence shows its system problems are too pervasive to fix with footnotes. The pipes carrying public money were broken, unsupervised, and in some cases being used for purposes that had nothing to do with the collecting government revenue, the committee's summary states. The gross unmatched positions between Liberia's tax administration system and its general revenue account. Money enter into one government ledger with no matching entry in the other. Total more than US $3 billion combined on both sides, according to the audit. That figure spans 6.5 years of transactions and reflects the skill of let me see this before. Okay, the skill of the bookkeeping breakdown. Not a single missing sum, but beneath it sits specific, harder edge, numbers that auditors say they could not explain and the government has not yet answered for. Money that arrived and vanished. US $257.5 million was collected into government bank accounts and never reached the national treasury. It came in. It did not arrive on the other end. The audit offers no explanation because none was found in the records. Separately, US $165.8 million sitting in the treasury. The treasury has no traceable source in any government collection account. Money that appear with no documented origin, netted against each other across the full tax administration system. The gap between what the Liberian Revenue Authority says it collected and what the Treasury says it received comes to US $373.9 million over the 6.5 year period. A parallel discrepancy runs through customs. The customs system and the tax system disagree by US $63.9 million On transactions, both are supposed to record identically. Auditors also found the same receipt numbers meant to be unique, unrepeatable identifiers appearing in two different government systems attached to two different amounts. This cannot happen accidentally, the committee summary notes. A further US 53.6 million in revenue was reversed from the books with no traceable original transaction, no record of what was reversed, and no record of who authorized it. Smaller unexplained credits, US 3 and 67.3 million turned up in government transitory accounts. That's government transitory accounts with no documented source. A system built without a common language. The breakdown was not the work of a single rogue office. The audit found that Liberia's Ministry of Finance, the Liberia Revenue Authority, and the Central Bank of Liberia have never had an agreed framework for reconciling government's revenue between their respective systems, not for 1 year of the 6 reviewed, but for all of them. Compounding the gap, transaction records across the system routinely omit basic identifying information: the taxpayer's name, the tax number, the tax type, or the period the tax covers. A system that cannot reliably identify who paid what for which tax in which period functions as a ledger in name only. Well, because of time, we'll leave the story right there and take more stories. Let's move on. And finally, drug cartel unravels. A cartel member already in custody gave up the location. What followed was a stash house raid in VOA Painesville. 2 foreign arrests, satellite phones, weapons, and smuggling gear. And the clearest sign yet that Liberia's biggest drug case still has a long way to run. It is also not the country's first brush with cocaine on this scale. The last 2 cases like it fell apart before anyone went to prison. Let's take some lines from there. Very interesting story, because yesterday the entire country was again witnessing huge quantity of drugs being impounded by the Joint Security of the Republic of Liberia. And we want to say a big thank you to them, but there are a lot more to be done. All right, so let's say congratulations to our Joint Security team for, exposing all of the cartels in this country. We want to know them name by name, because Liberia is a small country. Let's get to know who are the drugs traffickers. Edison Brown and his associates never saw it coming. Brown and several Liberians linked to a cocaine trafficking ring were picked up across Monrovia Tuesday as officers from the Joint Security Team appointed by President Joseph Boakai, led by the National Security Agency, carried out a wave of arrests that culminated in a raid on a stash house located in the VOA community, Painesville. There, authorities seized over 971 kilograms of cocaine value at 317 million 690,000 United States dollars, and took 2 more suspects, a Colombian and a Serbian, into custody. In drug trafficking cases, You get the small fish who lead you to the king gang, the kingpin, or the financier. A member of President Joseph Boakai joined security team to Front Page Africa Tuesday, minutes after yet another drug bust in the nation's capital. This time, the small fish talk. Acting on a tip from a cartel member already in custody, the joint security team moved on the Stash House and came away with two arrests. Johan David Garces Grajales, who holds both Colombian and Spanish passports, and Sardine Celis, a Serbian national. It has been just over a month since authorities busted a $90 million drug shipment at the Rabat International Airport. And this looks like the first real thread pulled from that name, from that same ball of yarn. We have been investigating since the seizure of the U.S. 90 million drugs at the RIA. Our painstaking investigation and smart investigative work led us to the Stash House, a senior member of the Joint Security Team said from the scene Tuesday morning. Investigators told Front Page Africa Tuesday that the bust followed a 13-month undercover investigation run by the NSA without international support. That same day, the NSA carried out the raid under a search warrant signed by George William Segar, Staffing Terror Magistrate of the Painesville City Court, with Inspector General of Police Gregory Coleman on hand as the operation unfolded. Front Page Africa has obtained a copy of the rate of search that authorized Tuesday's raid, signed by Judge Segar on July 21, 2026. It directs officers to search specific buildings located between E-Law Junction and VOA Painesville, Monserrate County. Properties the rate itself describes as belonging to owners unknown to law enforcement and prosecution, and to collect and analyze any substance, equipment, and gadgets pointing to the buildings being used to manufacture, trade, and store substances prohibited by the Controlled Drug and Substance Laws of the Republic of Liberia. Esther, I will stop right here. Let's get to you for the continuation of the dailies.
Okay. Before me, I have the Daily Observer, and the top story here says Joint Security Forces uncovered suspected U.S. 50 million cocaine catch, arrest two foreign nationals when they have brought this story. So let's run to more. Liberia earns very good EITI rating, scores 80% in extractive transparency assessment. This is also here on the front page of the Daily Observer. We have former executive mansion gatekeeper to prison cell, ex-president Wia's protocol chief Finabondo reminded over bond dispute. In a dramatic fall for influence, former chief of protocol to ex-president George Weah, Nora Finabondo, has been reminded at the Monrovia Central Prison after Criminal Court C rejected her latest bail bond, ending her temporary freedom while she faces multiple corruption-related charges. Bono, who wants control access to the presidency by determining who met the former president, the protocol surrounding official engagements, and the conduct of visitors at the executive. Page 10 has a completion of the story. We will run there and bring you more lines. I was ordered into detention after presiding Judge Usman Fekai rejected a bond submitted by her legal team. The former presidential protocol chief surrendered herself to the court following the ruling, marking a striking reversal from her previous position as one of the most influential officials in the Weah administration. Her move from the corridors of executive power to praising custody has drawn public attention as the former official now awaits further legal proceedings under the authority of the court. It remains unclear how long Bondo will remain in detention. Her continued custody will depend on how quickly her legal team can submit a new bond that satisfies the legal requirements established by the court. The remand, following two consecutive rejections of bonds filed on Bondo's behalf, prosecutors from the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force challenged the validity and sufficiency of the bond, arguing that the documents submitted by the defense failed to meet legal requirements necessary to guarantee the defendant's appearance throughout the trial. Judge Feka upheld the prosecution's objections, revoked the bond, and ordered Bondo's immediate commitment in prison. The court had previously rejected the bond and granted the defense an opportunity to correct the identified deficiencies. However, prosecutors maintain that a reserve bond still filed to address or failed to address the legal defects. Under Liberia criminal procedure, an appearance bond must be supported by either sufficient cash security or unencumbered real property backed by valid title deeds, tax clearance certificates, and proper valuation documents. Failure to meet these requirements provides grounds for rejection. And this is the story. You grab a copy to read in depth. That's where I'm going to stop. You can see through that. Court throws Toy Acquainter into limbo, sends 15 jurors to jail. Wow. History has a story. Let's run there and bring you lines from it. In an extraordinary judicial document with far-charging legal and constitutional implications, Criminal Court has thrown out the appointment of former Finance and Development Planning Minister Samuel Detour Jr. into uncertainty after ordering the immediate arrest and criminal investigation of the entire 15-member jury that acquitted him in the high-profile US $6.2 million economic sabotage case. The unprecedented order issued Tuesday by Resident Judge Usman Fekar comes less than 3 months after the jury returned a verdict of not guilty for Toy and effectively places one of Liberia's most politically significant corruption cases back into legal limbo. Judge Fekar ruled that the acquittal cannot stand unchallenged, while serious allegations in questioning the integrity of the jury's deliberations remain unresolved. All of the jurors will go through a full criminal investigation by the Ministry of Justice. Judge Fekar ordered directing the immediate arrest and detention of all 12 jurors who serve on the panel. The court's ruling followed an investigation that uncovered what Judge Fekar described as prima facie evidence suggesting possible juror tampering during the trial. The allegation emerged after the court received sworn affidavits from 3 former jurors detailing what they claim were serious violations of corrupt procedures during the deliberations. According to the affidavits, jurors allegedly breached sequestration rules, gained unauthorized access to mobile phones, attended social gatherings while under sequestration, and may have communicated with individuals interested in the outcome of the case. Those allegations prompted Judge Fekar to summon all jurors, along with the court sheriff, bailiff, and juror management officers for questioning after the May 8th verdict. The inquiry has now culminated in the arrest order that has dramatically altered the legal status of Toy's acquainter. who served as finance minister under former President George Manuel Weah, was acquitted on May 8, 2026 after the jury found him and former Financial Intelligence Agency Comptroller Moses Cooper not guilty of charges including economic sabotage, theft of property, money laundering, criminal conspiracy, and criminal facilitation. The same jury, however, convicted former National Security Advisor Jefferson Kamau and former Solicitor General Councilor Nyanti Tuan on selected counts while returning to split verdict involving former FIA Director General Stanley Ford. Judge Fekar initially discharged were in accordance with the jury's decision. However, in his last ruling, or latest ruling, the judge concluded that the acquittal could not be treated as fair, while the legitimacy of the verdict itself is under investigation. The court's decision has ignited what legal analysts describes as one of the most significant constitutional debates in Liberia's recent judiciary history. Immediately after the ruling, Twer's lead defense lawyer, Councilor Arthur Johnson, objected to the court's action, arguing that it violates Liberia's constitutional protection against double jeopardy. Johnson relied on Article 20A of the 1986 Constitution and Section 3.2 of Liberia's Criminal Procedure Law, both of which provide that no individual should be placed in jeopardy twice for the same criminal offense. According to the defense, once a properly constituted jury reaches a verdict of acquittal and trial judge formally discharges the accused, the matter is legally concluded and a court loses jurisdiction over the case. The defense has argued that any attempt to revisit the acquittal will amount to an unconstitutional second prosecution. Legal practitioners following the case note that while allegations of juror misconduct may warrant criminal investigation, existing Liberia jurisprudence generally treats an acquittal as final unless overturned by a higher court. This is the story we have from the front page of the Daily Observer. Let's jump to the back page. UL adjunct faculty defense Mapian calls no confidence vote misguided and counterproductive. Well, let's see this. The Adjoint Faculty Association of the University of Liberia has thrown its support behind University President Dr. Lalia Mapian rejecting a recent vote of no confidence passed by the University of Liberia Faculty Association and the University of Liberia Student Association. In a strongly worded statement signed by Acting Secretary General George S. Tingwell, AFOR described the no confidence vote as self-centered, ill-conceived, unfounded, appealing, arguing that the action threatens ongoing reforms and could undermine institutional stability at Liberia's oldest and largest university. The association warned that prolonged conflict among university stakeholders could weaken governance structures, damage confidence in the institution, and disrupt what it described as a period of significant transformation under President Mapian's leadership. Alford said universities are complex intellectual environments that depend on collegiality collegiality, evidence-based engagement, shared governance, and constructive criticism rather than confrontational actions that could create administrative uncertainty. The adjourned faculty body cautioned that no confidence vote intensified governance tension, weakened administrative cohesion, and slowed the implementation of the university's strategic development agenda. According to the Afford Continuing Institutional Dispute, could affect curriculum delivery, faculty morale, student retention, accreditation efforts, donor relations, and international academic partnership. The association emphasized that universities must remain centers of reason, debate, innovation, knowledge, production, and human capital development. AFO highlighted several initiatives undertaken under President Mapian's administration, describing them as evidence of institutional renewal and progressive leadership. I'm gonna leave you here. I heard that the University of Liberia is closed currently because of this issue, the issue with the current president, the faculty. I mean, the faculty of the University of Liberia has with the president. So far, this is it. Finally, for the back page of this paper, BASA stakeholders plans Independence Day activities in Buchanan. And this is my question window. What are we celebrating? Uh, this is 179. Is it just because of the date that we are celebrating? Because I don't see nothing to celebrate, honestly.
Oh, Liberia.
That's my opinion, too.
The country not fun. Tell you. LIB. We did. Now Liberia be this. We did. Well, folks, we want to say a big thank you to Esther for running us through the hard copy of the Daily Observer. We're about to take our break, but let's recap those stories we brought to you this morning from the front page, Africa and the Daily Observer. The front page top story is back to the courtroom. Why George Fikau overturned twice acquittal and other arrests of all 15 jurors. And let's get to some judicial beat. Substantially less. Court jails former executive mansion protocol chief Bondo after rejecting second bail bond. Sets U.S. 8 million threshold. And some counter news for you. We are dying. Maryland village cries for safe drinking water as 400 residents depend on polluted creek. Let's get to more stories. Structural Auditor General finds hundreds of millions unaccounted for over 6 years. Liberia's tax system failed. And that does it for the front page Africa, the Daily Observer. Joint security forces uncover suspected U.S. 50 million cocaine catch. Arrest 2 foreign nationals. Liberia earns very good ERTI rating. Scores 80% in extractive transparency assessment. And from executive mansion gatekeeper to prison cell. Ex-President Wiad's protocol chief Bondo remanded over bond dispute. And lastly, court throws 12 acquittal into limbo and sends 15 jurors to jail. The back page, UL adjunct faculty defends Mapayan calls no confidence vote misguided and counterproductive. And lastly, Bassett stakeholders plans Independence Day activities in Buchanan. Those are the stories. Let's take our break. When we come back, we'll run you through more developments here on the program from the Prime News. This is the midweek presentation. My name is Wendell Nimna, and I'm here with Esther Daku.
Randy, why you taking?
I said, darling, you look so worried.
Charles, I'm worried because I don't know where to get stuff for my shop and restaurant.
Oh, come on, man. Haven't you heard about Exeter's Best Price store on Gurley Street and Smart Grove Junction on the Old Road?
Oh, no, Charles. Tell me about it.
Exeter's Best Price store got everything for your shop and restaurant. And the good news is that they have reduced the prices of club beer products and imported beverages. So to keep that graduation party, wedding reception, and whatever occasion jumping till the break of dawn, Exeter's Best Price store is that place for you.
Is that all?
No, they have for the first time introduced on the LIB market Buffalo Revive that comes with 4 different flavors: Cool Blue, Apple Kiwi, Full Red, and Fitness Orange. It's good for athlete and everyone. For wholesale and retail supply, call cell number 0770-617-575. Exeter's Best Price store on on Garland Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. We are your cheaper wholesale and retail store.
Exactly. When you want some more, I provide it. So we start up top. Come on, so go in deep and deeper. Put it to each chicken. Be that living sense in her.
It's my musical. There are crowds in many places. In every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. No, they can't take your law in. Crime stopper here for us. We need safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you attack enemy, you check. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
The people bringing safety to our doors. All right. Number one, all doors and they're bringing safety to us. Crime Stopper, headed by Old Man Sam Sion. And let's also recognize Exodus Best Price Tool. With two branches, Gurley Street and the Old Road Smart Road Junction. I'm told the festive season is around the corner. Sunday is going to be Liberia's Independence Day celebration, and too many activities I'm told is going to be across the country. So those of you who want to get some drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages for cheaper price, just make your way to Exodus Best Price Tool. All right, before we get to our talking points this morning, there is something I'd like to bring to the attention of the Office of the Superintendent of Montserrat County and the Ministry of Internal Affairs or the Ministry of Local Government. There is a serious situation within the borough of Newcretown. It has to do with this gone community elections. We've been told out of the 28 communities, 27 of those were certificated after the process, and one was put on hold. The Noir Panton community, we've been told that the elections was held, and after the elections, results were being put up that somebody won the election. But then the day of the certification, we've been told that they told them to put the Noir Panton certificate on hold because they noticed there was some irregularities during the elections. So how possible can this be? You went for election, right? It's like NEC put up election, and all the political parties were in the election, and people voted. The election commission came up with the elections results, right? Placed it on the bulletin for people to go and see who are those parties that won the election. So all of the names of those political parties were there. It's the same as the Noir Panton. The Noir Panton election was conducted. The people, there's a guy and the team. I don't know the name of the team, but they won the elections because the result was placed all on the bulletin for people to go see. The people celebrated, and then the day for certification, they said no, because one lady who we've been told that she's a sedition, she managed her way to join Unity Party just recently, because the entire community know this woman to be a sedition.
Okay.
But then she managed her way because she wanted to show that she's a partisan. So she went and used her influence to overturn the elections. And the case went to the office of the superintendent, Bryant. The governor took the case to Bryant, and Bryant told the people, he said, but then the election was already conducted. The result was announced. What was the problem? So up to now, they keep dragging.
Dragging the certification?
No, the certificate that, Nuclear is made of 28 communities.
Okay.
And 27 of the communities were certificated. So when it came to certificating the Noir Panton community, they said, no, we can't certificate y'all. Then people said, why you don't want to certificate us? They said, no, we noticed that there were irregularities during the elections. They said, well, how possible can that be?
How do you place a name
up? Then
you are the winner,
yeah,
and then you come back and say there's irregularities. So that you now see the irregularities before putting results.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. That's the question everybody is asking. So we've been told that this woman, she maneuvered her way through some of the big hands to overturn the elections results. And Esther, the reason I'm raising this issue is because if anything deadly happened, riot or chaos or anything happened in that Noir Panton community, the governor of Newtown, Robert Thier, he will have to give account. The superintendent, Bryant, will also have to give account because it's wrong. The election commissioner is there, who is also a big brother of mine, Wesley Drew. He went and put the thing up, said the person won. Then later on, he came back and said, no, you didn't win. What kind of thing is that? Everybody know that is wrong. You can't do it like that. So they are calling for re-election. And the people are saying they're not going to go for re-election because you already announced me as a winner. Why are you coming back to me to tell me I'm going to go for re-election? So if anything goes wrong in the borough of Newtown, the Noir Panton community, Brian, who is the superintendent, who is yet to take a decision on that matter, together with the governor, you guys will be held liable for whatever damage that will go on in that community. Because I'm told the group that was announced winner, they are saying they're not going to go for any re-election. They are not going to go for any re-election. Because you can't treat people like that. The people went for election, they won the election, and then you come in to overturn the decision of the electorates. I don't think this is fair. So we're just trying to send out this caveat to the office of the superintendent of Montserrat County and the minister of local government to step into this matter to have it resolved. Let the people be certificated so that they can do their community work. I'm speaking of the Noir Panton community in the borough of Newcastle. So we just thought it wise to bring this to the attention of our people, the office of the president, the superintendent office of Maserado, and the government, the local government ministry. This is serious. But Esther, the drug business in our country again.
We're back.
A little Liberia now.
Narco State.
A little Liberia is really a transit point. That thing I saw yesterday, I don't know the value, the market value of what we saw yesterday. Daily Observer is reporting 50 million, but that thing can be 50 million. If just 6 bags of something that we saw at the airport, 6 bags, all right, they say will value 19 point something million. Now, all the things that we saw yesterday, you want to tell me that 50 million? It can't be 50 million. So we really don't know the exact figure, the market value of what was seized on yesterday. Can you imagine? Suitcases, different. I said, it's like they're manufacturing the thing here. What? Where are we heading as a country? We want to say thank you to the Joint Security Team, but there are a lot more to be done.
Yeah, we do. And I expect to see unity partisans, blaming Bouaka, because when Weah was in power, when drug was busted in this country, they all blame it on the then president. They said President Weah was the one breaking kush in the country, and now Bouaka is in power, and we're seeing different kind of drugs being busted. So are you telling us that Bouaka here is also involved with this drug thing? Because if you saw a drug without evidence, you were able to pin it on a sitting president. So how can we not pin it on this guy? How is it that these things are passing? And I would not want to believe when the people importing it here, I want to believe that they have some kind of place here they're producing the drugs. Because make it make sense. How did it get into the country? Look at the number of drugs I saw. Look at the number.
Look at that quantity.
Where did they pass? Did they pass through the port? Did they pass through the airport? Wow.
Well, that's like we said the other day. You see, Liberia, this country is vulnerable because there are too many entry points into this country, and we don't have the kind of sophistication to detect these entry points. People coming, you see, what they got, the Colombian consulate office is right to Jamaica Road there, and all around there they are fishing, cold storage, and all of that over there. The first time I saw that Colombian consulate over there, I was like, you mean the people came all the way here to put their office here when they're supposed to be in the city center? It's like these guys don't want to be monitored. So they come all the way here and yet how they lay office here between the cold storage there to blindfold us. But yesterday, or Colombian, Jamaica Road. Yeah, it's opposite the Afropar on Jamaica Road, the Colombian consulate. So when I saw the office there, I said, the Colombian men, anywhere you see them, they got to be in drugs business. Because the people country, the drugs is there.
Oh, yeah. It's broad.
There. So a Colombian and a Serbian was arrested. Look, the country here, we're not sophisticated. I hope the government can bring in some devices to help the joint security to track some of these things. Because people got fishing boats. We know where all coming in the fishing boat. People go on the sea. We don't know what's happening at night when everybody's sleeping. How do they smuggle these things into the country? Where do they pass with them?
The thing is simple. I think you have traveled by road before. And if you're somebody who have traveled by road before, you will realize that there's no real checking. There's no real checking.
Oh yeah.
You could have even a drug in your pocket and you will pass free because there's nothing there to scan you.
Mhm.
You just go through.
Yeah.
All they're concerned with whatever parking you are getting in a car you're getting in from. The only thing they're concerned about, they will just say open the suitcase. You open the suitcase, they're looking at it. They're not even searching. They're saying things tie up and stuff. They're not really checking. They just say, okay,
And-
close it. And then you close it, they will board it on the car. And that's it. All they do when they get to the next country, they will collect money from all of you.
Mhm.
When you get to checkpoint, they get on, they talk to the, people,
They
and
say
you
you'll
move
go.
on.
You'll go. That all they will
So
say.
drug
Yeah.
is also being smuggled through that means.
Yes. So Esther, you see, no, that horse yesterday. And now, there are other places that the government, the security, they really need to work. And let's get the reason people trying to politicize this thing, because yesterday the very Unity Party folks were accusing the previous administration of bringing drugs into the country. So today it has turned. The people now you were accusing yesterday they're accusing you today too of bringing drugs in. Yesterday, you said it was Joshua. Today, everybody will say Joseph Boakai is bringing drugs into the country.
Of course.
That's how
course.
people from the opposition report it, that you people are bringing drugs into the country.
And that's
Because
what I believe.
yesterday when Unity Party was in opposition, you said the same thing. But we don't want, for us, we're not politicize this thing because it's far, far, far away from that. Look, the security you need to work. I must appreciate you guys yesterday for exposing or arresting those guys and seizing that huge quantity, very huge quantity of drugs on yesterday. Want to say a big thank you to the Joint Security team. But you guys need to go beyond that. Because there are homes within this country that they got drugs kept. If you need to bring some drone in there and you put it over the country, let it drone and fly, you will see plenty of homes there that got drugs in it.
Of course.
And the Joint Security team, headed by the National Security Agency, you guys need some of the devices. Bring in some drone. At night, you send them around and let them go and see. You will see the amount of drugs that are in this country. Because some of these guys, you see them, how much money they're making, what extra thing they're doing, that you see them, they can just be dishing out money like that. Sometimes you go places, you see them. Cartel, when I say cartel, they are organized people. When you hear about it, say there's a drug cartel, those people are very, very organized. You see some men said, you see them, they're in the drug business, but they're in disguise. You would never know. I saw yesterday the quantity of drugs that was impounded by the Joint Security in the VOA area. Where Liberia is heading. So the Joint Security, you shouldn't even stop there. Those fishing boats, you need to check them out. People traveling from one point to another at night, you need to check them out. Because when the people sleeping, too many things can happen. Too many say, well, let the people be sleeping at the time we transport the thing here. Right now, everybody are open. So when we do it, somebody will, detect. So when we're sleeping, when everybody's sleeping, we'll carry on our operation. But again, we want to say thank you to the Joint Security team. But you need to go beyond that. You need to do a lot more. And what is more important to the people of Liberia is that who are those involved Why you keep shielding people? Why are you guys hiding these people? You don't want to expose them. Let's get to know who are the bad that damaging our children, damaging the youth of this country. Who are those involved? Arresting is good, but who are those behind it? That's what we want to know. You can call those names because they are close to the power that be. So then what are we fighting? Because this drug thing is a national emergency. What are we fighting if you people will be shielding certain individuals? The bigger fish and the smaller ones are being exposed. Where are we headed as a country? You wake up in the morning, just less than a month. Just less than a month. June 8th, it was at the Roberts International Airport. July 21, it was in the VOA community. So it means that there are other areas that you need to check. Because those guys, they have a network. You'll go to the counties. You'll search. You'll go up, put up the drones. We need those kind of devices here. I play you're supposed to be spending money. Who calling my phone again? Yeah, I don't know who's calling me. I'm working and this person keep calling. I'm not answering, but they keep calling. So it's important that the people who are behind the trafficking, we need to know them. We need to know them. Since June 8th, we finished with a $90 million on you. The thing why I can't understand that small one, what they caught to the airport, they said 19 million. Then they planted in there, what they catch, they say 50 million. It can be. But let's take few calls again. We want to use this time to call on the office of the superintendent of Montserrat County, Mr. Bryant. We also want to call on the office of the governor of the borough of Newcastle, Robert B. Thier. We also want to call on the office of the local government, headed by Francis Yumalin, that there is a serious situation within the borough of Newcastle. And the news that we are hearing, if anything happened, well, you people will have to give account. Somebody win election, then you come around, you want to turn the election result around. Wesley Drew, your name is in the picture because you serve as the election commissioner. And I've got evidence with me. After the elections, you placed on the bulletin the results, and the winner was announced. So why are you people trying to overturn this decision? For what reason? Something is creeping in the Noir Panton community. If the authorities don't get involved, when they get loose, some of you will have yourself to be blamed. So the office of the superintendent of Montserrat County, the office of the governor of the borough of Newcastle, you guys need to call the parties or make sure that you give these people their certification so they can do the work for their community. Thank you. Let's go to the lines, Esther, and take a few calls, and we'll leave here at 12:30.
Okay. Well, the comments when
okay, let's take some calls. Let's take some calls. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Call me on those numbers. And let's hear from you. The WhatsApp line is also active. +231-886-500-104. Those are the numbers to call. Call and be live on the program from the pre-news. Hello? I'm fine, thank you. Go ahead. Mm.
Somebody get a machine to sit in a machine. Somebody get a machine to sit in a job. You know, machine. Then the war, people getting a fast, people traveling, country to country. The CVS, people going abroad and buying a machine beginning here. Somebody get a machine to sit in here. They would have seen it out there. When they get a machine, they discover that era. Why is it that machine, they drop away more people? Yeah, worry. What can be a man as a security mechanism? It's a security man, you've been in the army for so many years.
Yeah, they were mad.
No, you're a man. What can be a man? You can't put you coming here, but always just worry. Somebody get a machine out there. Now take a big discover mechanism. This one will happen. They know that they have people power with BB number, in a hand, just coming in with BB number. Left for your get, they don't pick you. Left home, you get the best pick you. They just, when I'm finished, for the information about that, they think was in the better news. They think we're saying we're not speak.
Okay.
Now, you never put them, we're not going to. But the way it was behaving, when they were in purpose, you accusing people. Now, I was accusing it. And yesterday, they were accusing my girls, they were my girls, they were around it. So then, why? Want to say about the one people right there, they say, I should have actually get up property. They don't want to go to that school to see there. What's that? They set up.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
you. Let's talk to Ma Sisi. Let's take you on this line. Welcome to the show.
Hey, my picking went down. You know you swear that you.
I'll be saying this one and then the daddy.
Me plans to see Papa for you too.
I'm fine. Yeah, go ahead.
My son with them.
Yeah, man, Sisi.
Let me be here. They government say they got 1.2 billion. It's a bottle of money. All the cooking you might just say, they carry. But who I say, for the salary, CB there also down. What's going on? Oh, you brought in drugs that you see with a big room and you are breaking ground for cooking, developmental as people cooking water. Can you imagine that window? They may say you put Labro fingers for damage to the outside wall. So you are cooking water. And you put it on the map, do it, government. So the way you go to the map now, for developmental as people water cooking. 2 million.
How big is it?
2 million. Yes, I will go in. Developmental as people water breaking ground for cooking all over the country.
Ma Sisi, you gotta take down how you address the president.
Okay. President Bwaka, developmental as people cooking. President Bwaka, because we don't know President Bwaka. So we put it there. So we brought 1.2.9 million just yesterday in the street protesting Friday. They brought more of today, not finished. You bring 365 billion just we can't say again. So are you telling the security thank you for what? What the security telling them thank you? The one there what you got today. What are you telling them thank you for? We telling our partner thank you. We telling our partner thank you that white you
the people no, Man Sisi. The reason I'm telling them thank you because they said they single-handedly, they bust out this thing. There was no international partner was involved.
We don't put again la. What you gotta know? The one that enter his new brought it today. And you tell us the labor are student in going to college, you see, what to. We don't know. Now, part of the auto know that the poor guy dropped in this country on a black eye. Just a little digging hole for jump here. And the same show I can't battle black eye. Then they shaking their body for me. I said, no, you will not shake your body, brother. When you say about where you are bringing food today, you are bringing the thing for national cocaine in our country. And if I want to put on a map for cocaine, our country now, it became drug trafficking. We plenty there now on Baka. So let's be serious, man, for one. Let's be serious. People don't keep the resiliency in this country. They think they destroy everything on what you said. They say it's said. They don't really we are going down with your food today. What is it? That cocaine. See what it's brought today. Yesterday was talking about 9.9 million. So they're freaking 355 million. And you see the poor friend with them. Get what our faces there. Let's put out one piece with them. Look at that man and that man what we have brought to be our party and follow. Last thing you supposed to see me. Look at that man party. And look at the thing.
Okay.
But they're leaking that man to just imagine that. What else will go start from what planet? Everybody for nonsense. What are you talking about? The man is throwing the country and the man bring a job.
Thank you, Masisi. Thank you. Thank you.
Make sure you face.
Masisi, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay, Masisi.
Thank you, Masisi. Thank you so much. Let's talk to this person. Hello. Oh, there were more here. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Let's hear you. What's your name, sir?
I'm Dennis calling from Johnsonville.
Let's hear you. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for the show. You know, it's so shocking for someone to hear that those stay in the country, those stay coming though. There's someone out of words because there was a song that campaign, we are bringing drugs, we are drinking, but now we are exporting. So it's something that people can't even get over. For me, that's very shocking. I didn't get nothing to say, but we get that in the show, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me take another person. Hello.
Good morning, Brother William.
Welcome to the show. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
No, two people. They just taking off.
Go ahead.
And the cartel that is bringing this judge is about President Joseph Boakai. Can they explain how will that be the area of government and the enrichment? Is it the enrichment? The surveillance, the other man facility. If somebody is being accused of censorship, they are going as if they are making the opposite error. President Joseph Boakai was seen around private bar, sitting in private bar. When the owner of private bar is being accused, is being alleged that is linked with the importation of this cocaine. So why tell us? They tell us that no, Ghana will have to assure investigation. They will not see people and they will go, but the whole thing here, I'm part of it, and for you people, why are we happy? You're really. Let's get clear the deal. It's about time that the press put up for the right. Tell us the president, look at the president, it's enough, we are high enough.
Let's go to another person. Hello, welcome.
Hello, how are you? You must call your voice of God.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
So, let me agree with Nancy that the mother is against trust in the phone. But is the mother that playing trust, investing in your own trust? I don't think it makes sense to me, though.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, because if you bring it, you tell your spirit to go invest.
It makes sense to you. So it made sense to you when we was in power and they said. Okay, so if you're not in your district, that one is up to you. You guys were the very people that were thinking that we was bringing kush into the country when it was the same government securities that arrested the drugs. So I don't know what you're even saying. Let's go to the next caller. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
My name is Professor Panto, speaking from the Nine Party.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to speak on the of today what people been discussing. You all discussed one or two things there, but one is to do with the issue down.
Of course.
I think these people today for your to such an issue. Because the election system in this country is one of the common problems in this country. When people go to vote when they finish voting, the only thing we can is
Okay, let's go to another person. Hello, welcome to the show. Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, welcome,
Good afternoon.
Yeah, let me also say good afternoon to Brother Munyon, man. Munyon, what's up, man? Yeah, Esther, quickly. This is the voice of Sabu Rasta.
Okay.
I joined the show this morning, Esther, from 1.4. To be specific, my location in Zimbabwe. A proud member to saying I'm going for justice. But you know, Esther, I just want to appreciate Brother Munyon this morning for flagging out those issues. So, Esther, can you imagine, Esther, when in the war, you have somebody who protects the way into the election, and then they beat you 686 votes, and then you, Esther, you get 88. Then you run by and say, oh, the people, you really recommend on the poll. You recommended people, to be in the commission, they were part of the poll, they did registration, but they went to the registration. You recommended them, and they went to the registration, they did everything, and then after election, only because they win the election, they start crying, you went to the governor office. The same thing is doing in your part on that, they wanted to do the way for people. But you know, what you know, for me, Sabu Rasta, my mom, you know, one of my food. That's not telling you, I think we went in the office, we wanted to chop with you, all in our office, we said, well, they're trying, in the commission, we're not going. And then I thought she was the way you want to vote somebody. They vote for the person, they go to the person who won it. You want 10 the election, you want 10 everyone because you say you Unity Party man and the other person not Unity Party man. You know, your government in power. Can you imagine I thought they wanted to say our election result ever? And they say you don't want the election. Correct, that's how you can tell you can't Zimbabwe here. Nobody won't put Moruba, Joseph Moruba because the way he won it, he spared the affair of our community. Can you imagine someone who won the community for 9 years, Esther, without even able to carry the community into election? How can you expect for someone else to be in for them there and people for back and for the people? He won our community for 9 years, 9 consecutive years, he won 10 years. Nobody embarrassed you. They say, okay, my brother, can I go into election? Just tell me, I go into election again, they may say, I don't get money. So that's how the money go after 9 years. Now, I can't remember or carry out that was delaying the process. Delaying it because you are having a wish cry in Unity Party man. And at that time you will use the influence for them to overturn the result. When you're there trying,
okay,
okay. And I think you are able to say thank you to Windsor, but you know when it comes to the judge, they don't buy it, so like we don't buy like justice now. Because can you imagine when you go to the toilet or the TV,
Sabu, don't take all our time now. Thank you. You use all your time to talk about your election. I know.
The way the government proceeding, you can see a clear like you're going to catch you. You can see a clear that government like catch you. You need rocket science. Thank you, man.
Thank you for calling. Sabu, we have others on the line. Let's have this person. Hello, welcome to the show. Go ahead. Yeah? Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. And you know, sometimes when I hear Mercy on the radio, I'm very people, and Mercy is a very tough studying woman. And I believe that she's going to go to school, she's going to be one of the best politicians in Liberia. Good to her, man. And to the issue, right, Esther? The news on the coming of Brother is retire with a cookie Brother Club, man. And the news on the coming of Brother is a politician. Retire with a cookie Brother Club, man. Retire with a now Brother Club, man. They may go to club, they may begin cooking the country. Vaga have imported drugs in the country. We hear the government will feel the imported drugs in the country. You are the same guy when citizen were in power when drug government drug is an international issue in America. America has the education state drugs and the party making a little job was the one that begin drugs in Liberia. And right now under the government, Liberia has become a drug cartel, Liberia has become the center of drugs. So today they cannot say, oh, and they want government for the job. Also, government for the job. Government not see the job. The one minute job, government not see it. But right now, because the Unity Party also government working, Joseph Baga is importing joining up, and the news that will be making for him. Retire with a cookie Baga club, man. Buy a 5% of World Club. So the government has failed. The 2029 that will put me on. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Do we have? Okay, there's a call on our line.
I was just calling her back. She's trying to call it. You can take more calls, Esther.
Okay.
Okay, let me take this call.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Esther. Good morning, Brother Winner.
Hello,
This
my
is my
Rebecca.
Rebecca calling from. Yeah,
We just call
I
you
just
back
calling to
because
tell you thank you.
you've been struggling to get through. That's why we call you back.
I know. Yeah, I will call you to tell my daughter thank you. I don't want to listen to their own. The show is good. I don't want to like do much talking, but to tell her thank you. That God that came in, I want to justify. I always tell people, the past administration were in power. Let's say whole lot of thing, breaking things body off that nobody can recognize or come to say, oh, this is my child, or this is my person I will kill. You did all the things. And that now you want to justify. That's why I was just calling to tell you, thank you, Mama.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
That's what I'm calling for.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. And we can take one more call and then we wrap up.
Of course. Hello.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
I'm Margaret calling from Stephen Estate.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Joseph Walker, Jeremiah Kun, and his police RG, they are the ones that are bringing drugs into this country. Nobody. We will not go out there looking for anybody. Nobody. They are the ones that are bringing these drugs in the country. They are the ones that are bringing these drugs in the country. Nobody else. The first one came, we're looking for people. The second one came, no more look for people. Who we're looking for? When I just said, who we're looking for? We'll go look for different person. I just said, and police artist that didn't want to be drugs. Then the second thing, Samuel Twe is not going to court. If Joseph Brecker and the people want to arrest Samuel Twe to carry him to jail, then they go to the hospital and arrest him. Thank you so much, Papa.
Thank you very much. And folks, we gotta go. We're not taking any more calls. We gotta go because we press for time. So time is our greatest enemy in the business of broadcasting. And so time has caught up with us. This is how we conclude this edition of the show, the midweek presentation of the Print News. God's willing, the team will be back here on tomorrow to hear from you what are those burning issues on your mind. Again, before I leave, let me send this caveat out to the office of the Superintendent of Montserrat County, Mr. Bryant, the office of the local government, the office of the borough governor, Mr. Robert B. Tier. There is a serious situation ongoing, and you guys are aware. The Noir Panton community, the folks are calling on you to please certificate the winner because they are not going to go for any re-election. You already announced them as the winner, so they are not going to go for any re-election. So you will have to do the needful to certificate the winner for the Noir Panton community there in the borough of Newcastle. So we will keep talking about it until we can get redress from the proper authorities. Until then, take care of yourself. It was Wendell and Esther Daku presentation. Until we are back here tomorrow, God's willing. Do have a pleasant midweek. Bye-bye.